I was gonna bring my Bulls jersey out for this, but yeah, probably doing too much. But anyway, I hope a lot of y'all saw. I'm pretty sure millions of people saw The Last Dance, and I did too. And let me tell you that I hate that this is bad. They know how to make you come back. Let's just say ESPN know how to make you come back because honestly, if the Rona wasn't around, I feel like this wasn't be a weekly thing. This would be something they'd have done like back to back to back, like every day. But anyway, one thing I learned first things first that I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. So even though I live in Maryland, I've been a Chicago Bulls fan my whole life. So I've been a Jordan fan, Pippen fan, still a Bulls fan to this day. To this day. But one thing I've always said is that one reason why I'm not liking where our Bulls are right now is because I think the management sucks. Man, one thing. See, the thing is, when you hear about the Jordan and the Bulls and the dynasty, I really didn't know much about the management. Like, I knew who Jerry Krause is. I knew who Jerry Reinsdorf is. As a Bulls fan, you should know who they is. Even though I'm not from Chicago, I knew who they was. Which is funny, because in the Navy, I knew a couple people from Chicago, and they said, who your favorite team? I said, the Bulls. I've been a Bulls fan my whole life. Anybody I met from Chicago, we got along like that. No, key fact. I actually went into when I was in the Navy. Randy Brown, that was on that Last Dance Bull. I know his son. It was like we was actually on the ship together. So that's another one. So Brown, if you see this, what's up? But anyway, um, yeah. One thing I really, really like took away from the documentary, one Jordan is like one thing I've always liked Michael Jordan for one thing if his competitive nature. That man does not know how to refuse to quit. That man is stubborn as a mule. And I am too. Especially when I feel like I can beat somebody. I'm like, dog, I'm not taking this lying down. I'm a stubborn jackass. I'm very competitive. I come from a competitive family too. So we just like when we win, we like to win. Like and I like to it's so bad that sometimes when I play fighting games and like when I play people that even though they don't know how to play, I like demolish them. And if you want to, it's a good and bad thing because if you want to teach people how to play, you don't beat them up all of a sudden. You just like kind of like toy with them. But me, I never done that. I've always like beat people to a point where they don't even want to pick up the game. Even and that's why casual people hate me. But anyway, watching that Jordan yeah, I've always said I'd be skeptical when meeting Jordan because I know I've heard like stories about Jordan not liking niggas or something like that, or some like I've heard like I'd be skeptical of meeting him because even though like he's a hero, I know he's an asshole. I've heard like there's things like I've heard he's an asshole, but I've also heard like he's one of the coolest people you ever met, depending on who you is. So, but I know if I meet Jordan, I'm talking shit to him. It's like we gonna play a game, and I'm like, dog, you're not gonna beat me in there. If I was in the league, I'd be the. Let's just say if I was in the league when Jordan was around, I'd be the one talking shit to Jordan nonstop. Like people when they, why you keep poking Jordan? It's like I want him at his best. Like if I'm gonna say I went at Jordan, I want people want to know I went at Jordan at his best. Yeah, and I don't know. That's just me. So so the first thing is Jordan's competitive nature. I feel like I've always compared myself, not really compared myself to Jordan, but I've always said I've had that type of competitive edge where I don't care if there's a 99% chance I'm going to lose. I'm going to take that 1% chance. I've been like that. And that's been my stubbornness, especially like when playing like fighting games and like that. Even in like life, it's just like if there's a chance I can like do something, I'm going to do it. So I feel like a lot of people, Jordan's stubbornness, I feel like you kind of need that all the time. I feel like it gets you to places. And it really did. It got like, you watched that second season when he broke his foot. He was like, you could play on it, but if you break it again, it might ruin your career. And Jordan was like, fuck it. That's just 90%. He's like, where's your feet at? 90%. I was like, fuck it. This is 90%. Fuck it. Because you could tell he did not want to lose. He did not want like first things first, he took over a team like anybody knew before. I didn't know this that like everybody when he was in his rookie year, everybody was a bunch of cokeheads, cocaine traveling circus. Like I knew he took over a bad organization, so it's a lot of things like you see like Jordan literally not only he carried the team, he carried the league, and he was underpaid as fuck, and this is what I don't want to get to like black people, white people thing, but let's talk about it. I never liked Jerry Krause, even though like from the stories I've heard, I've never really liked Jerry Krause either because he always he always looked like, even though I never met a person, he always looked like that dude that's just like, I want the credit, and like those people don't deserve the credit. I should be the one deserving the credit and all that other stuff. And that's how I feel like a lot of people are. I don't want to say white people in general, but a lot of people in power is like, even though your essential workers these are the ones that's like busting their ass, is like, oh, but this is my joint, so I should really get the credit, even though you didn't lift a fucking finger, you didn't dribble a ball. Especially this is why especially in basketball, especially in sports, I hate that. Like I'm a Cowboys fan, but I feel like Jerry Jones is like that too, and it's kind of hard to like Jerry Jones as a Cowboys fan because he's like, but let's not get off. This man Mike carried the league and on it, and they was like not going to. First things first, how do you break up a dynasty? Me and my father was talking about this. How the hell you break up a dynasty? It's like, how big is how fragile? How fragile is your ego that you will break up a dynasty when you have a good thing going? Like, I won 6 championships with this man, and you tell him, I don't care if we go 82-0, you're not coming back. What? If I was Jordan, I'd be the same way. Like, are you serious? This man, and Scottie Pippen, like, I've always loved Scottie. First things first, I know a lot of people was like, damn, they really underpaid Scottie, but let's be real. I know a lot of people don't have this thing, but let's be real. They told him the contract was bad. And honestly, Scottie, I guess he didn't believe in himself. He was like, he didn't like, because Allen Houston kind of like signed the same type of contract, even though Allen Houston got a bunch of money, and I think it was like a 10-year contract or some shit like that. So Allen Houston had buku loads of money. So Allen Houston was getting paid even when he wasn't on the team. So, and I know Scottie, they said he had a bad back, and I forgot about that. That he had a bad back, and like he wasn't so sure, so he wasn't trying to. I guess he was thinking of the long run, and plus, I know like we look at it now, $2 million ain't shit, which is saying something. Like you give a person $2 million is like, but back then I'm pretty sure like he came from a real poverty, so it's pretty sure like he did as much as he can with that money, and yeah, they really did. He was like got him houses, sent them money, and all that. So I'm pretty sure they didn't even like. I didn't know Scottie Pippen. Like first off, I didn't know he was 6'1" when like everything about Scottie Pippen's story is just like a rags to riches story. It's like that's an inspirational story right there. Like being from a real poverty-stricken family, but and then going to a college where you wasn't even on a team, you was like the ball boy, and then like when scholarships goes up, you was like, "Yo, can I get up on there?" And then you go from 6'1" to 6'7". I'm pretty sure he's 6'7". I'm pretty sure he's labeled as 6'7", but people say he's 6'9". I'm not sure. I could give him 6'9", but like to be in an NBA Hall of Famer. It's like Scottie Pippen is a story of the ages. And then I love that Michael Jordan said, you can't talk about Michael Jordan without talking about Scottie Pippen. Like, that's looking out for your boys. That's really looking out for your boys. Man, I feel like that second episode left us on a killer finger because Scottie, First of all, I didn't even know they was going to trade Scotty. So that's how you know, like, you kind of look at Jerry Krause. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, you really going to give up a dynasty? It's like everything we built and you going to really give us you going to trade Scotty? Scott, and like Scotty, like, and it was not like Scotty like was a bummer. Nothing. Scotty carried the team. He went to the he damn near went to the conference finals on the Knicks. People forget that he carried. They still won 60 games with Scotty. Like Scotty was like Dennis Rodman said it best. He was the second best. He was probably the best player in the world at that time. And a lot of people look at. I see a lot of people shit on Scotty, especially like Isaiah Thomas and all that other stuff. He's like, but people, you do got to realize Scottie Pippen was LeBron before LeBron. Like, he was leading in every category. He probably didn't score that much, but then again, there's a league and different. I'm pretty sure Scotty was playing in today's league. Scotty be just like LeBron. He'd be leading in every category, but scoring like 30 points a game. And if anybody say Scotty played, I know there's a lot of Jordan highlights, but y'all really need to look up some Scottie Pippen highlights. That man was a monster. Like he was a monster. If he wasn't playing for the Bulls, I think he'd have been on the Supersonics, just being a Hall of Fame or some shit like that. So you can see I'm excited about this movie. Is that I'm rambling everywhere, but it just shows you like what did I learn from this. First of all, like if you're a leader, sometimes people are not gonna like you. Like like sometimes you got to learn when to be the nice guy, but when to be the leader and all that other stuff. And I think it's some things you need to take in seriously because a lot of people want to know like if you like on your own stuff. Or when I was in the Navy, it was like what kind of petty officer did I want to be? Like in the petty and the type of petty officer I want to be. I wanted to have that balance where people can come to me and like we can have a good time. But when shit needs to be done, we need to be done. So I've always tried to have that attitude. Like, even though I wasn't, like, in charge of much, the things I was in charge, I made sure, like, hey, we get this shit done. We have leisure for labor. We can, like, play later and all that other stuff. Work now, work hard, and play later. We get, bask in our, because in the Navy, I always tried to bust my ass. Anything they needed. Like, I'm always a team player. Anything they needed, I needed. Like, if they didn't want me to depend on me for doing stuff, I did that. So, it's just like, as a leader, I wanted to be the same way. I want you to come to me as a leader and then be confident that I will get stuff done for you. Or at least, I will try my hardest to get stuff done for you. Because I've had a couple of leaders like that. It's like you can't get everything, but the shit you did get done, it's like you appreciated it. So that's why, like, and when it comes to the Navy, I have never had a bad experience in the Navy. I feel like my division, I feel like I was blessed to be in the division I was. So, but that's another story. But shout out to the people that was on Truman, CVN 75, especially even the leaderships. It was like, we had, like, especially me, I was a hard-headed, knucklehead motherfucker, but Jay knew I bust my ass, and I do whatever I did for that damn division. So, but, yeah. But it also knows it's like you know your worth. Well, and this is just from 2 episodes. Know your worth. And if you really feel like how can I say this? If you really like, if you're gonna bet on yourself, you might as well bet the whole house. Sometimes, a lot of people like when they say like if you're gonna jump, and you gotta hit the ground when landing on the fly and all that stuff. You won't never know unless you don't take that jump. Sometimes you just gotta take that jump out there. Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. You don't become the greatest just by sitting down and watching other people do. Live your dreams. Sometimes you do gotta live your dreams out there. But you gotta also be smart about your shit too. But that's why I said, if you know your shit is good, go ahead and let your shit out there. I feel like a lot of people, especially young people, can learn. And I'm gonna agree with Colin Coward said, because people, I've always, since I'm like I was born in 88, so I'm one of the people who's like, yeah, I know life is hard, you gotta deal with it and all that other stuff. There's a lot of people that's just like, oh my God, my life is cruel and all that other stuff. I hate seeing this shit on Facebook. It's like people look forward to be sad. I've always said this. It's like there's one thing is like you're mentally depressed and all that stuff, and it's actually a mental condition. But I feel like there's a lot of people that's just like they just look forward to being sad, and they want people to know they're sad, and I don't think no one loves me and all that other shit. And it's just like, bruh, suck that shit up. I hate to sound like an old head, but sometimes you gotta. I do feel like sometimes you gotta tell these niggas, yo, suck that shit up. You're like everybody else go through some trials and tribulations and shit. So just suck that shit up. Keep moving forward. All right, life's gonna get better. Life is hard, but sometimes it do get better if you do what you need to do. All right, so that's why I've always tried to have that, like, just keep moving forward little by little. I've had a lot of setbacks in my life, but I'm just keep moving forward. Like, I'm blessed to be in the position where I am now. So that's what I got out of it. Let me know what y'all got out of it. I can't wait to listen to more of it. Till then, my name is Oskin Fly, and I'm out. Peace.